Hello, how are you guys doing? Mambo, people from Tanzania. Mambo, habari yenu. Yeah, so today I'll be making sort of a meat stew or something. Like I can't really put a name on it, but it is sort of a meat stew, but not really a stew. Yeah, I mean you'll see. I can't put a right name on it. I just used to eat this when I grew up. It's just a way of cooking beef. So I'll be making that, and I'll be making peanut butter spinach. I know it sounds terribly weird, but it tastes very nice, and I'll be showing you how to make it today. And also I'll be making ugali. Ugali is sort of a staple in my country. Well, even other parts of Africa, they do eat it, but they have different names for it. One name that I can remember, I think it's from Zambia. It's called Nsanza. Yes, that's the only name I can remember, but in my country we call it ugali. So yeah, that is what I'm gonna be making leo. Nitakuwa napika ugali na nyama na mboga za majani za karanga. I know, right? Nice. Yeah, so come along with me. And what I did for the meat is I boiled it with vinegar and salt and a little bit of black pepper. Just boiled it, and yeah, until it's cooked. Probably an hour or so. Yeah. And then while I boiled it, I didn't let the stock dry up. I kept the stock because I'm gonna need it for later. Right, so after it's cooked, I removed the stock from the meat. So as you can see, the meat is just dry on its own right here, and here is the stock, which I am gonna use a bit later. And this is what I'm gonna be putting in my meat. There's onions and what do you call this? Oh, I forgot, but yeah, that stuff. Geez, it's just at the tip of my tongue. Oh, what is it? I'm sure you already know by now when you look at it. And we have some carrots, and we have some eggplant. That's what I'm gonna be putting, and also some tomatoes. So some tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, and I have some spices over here that I'm gonna be using. There is black pepper, there is garlic, there is ginger, there is chili, and that stuff, and salt. And that is my vegetable that I washed thoroughly with hot water. Please, I cannot stress this enough, because I know that there are people who just cook it, but you really have to like wash it thoroughly. And then I put it in this strainer. You see all that water in there? I put it to strain all the water in there. Do not cook it with all that water. It will take forever to cook, and it will just become very slimy. It won't be nice. So yeah, I put it in there for say half an hour just to strain. Very essential that you just leave it in there to strain the water. And then what I have to put inside is onions, carrot, and peanut butter. Now, if I were back in Tanzania, in my home country, most people just use peanuts as they are. They grind them and they make a paste like that. But I mean, peanut butter, it's easier, and it tastes just as nice. Please excuse the dishes in the sink. And it tastes just as nice. So I put here about a cup or so of peanut butter, and then I'll mix that with warm water before I put it in my mixture in the veggies while I'm cooking. So yeah, so those are the ingredients that I'm using for the meat and the veg. I've got my hot pan already there. I usually like to put it for it to get very hot, so that when I put my oil, heats up really quickly. I think I might have overdone it, so I'm just going to put it on the side to cool down for a while. I think it's alright now. I'm just going to dump in the onion there. Careful with the onions, they don't burn, because we still have a long way to go with frying the meat and stuff and all the other veggies. Alright, so after you put the meat in there, just keep on stirring it until it gets brown. So now I'm gonna put the veggies into the pot. It's hot too. The key is to put little at a time so that it doesn't get too full and you can't turn it and stuff like that. So when it shrinks, you put more, and it shrinks, you put more. Now with the veggies, I'm not gonna use any oil because I'm using peanut butter and it's already very oily. So I'll just dump the onions and the carrot in there. Usually people like to fry the onions and then fry the carrots and then put the veggies, but because I'm already using peanut butter, which is very oily, I won't be doing that. Just keep on stirring your meat until it gets brown. So just keep on stirring the veggies. When they shrink, you add more. When they shrink, you add more, just like that. Now I'm gonna put the carrots and stuff into the meat. And then I'm gonna add more veggies because it looks shrinked enough now for me to add more. So now I'm gonna season my meat again while I'm frying it. So I'll put 1 teaspoon of black pepper, another teaspoon of garlic, and another teaspoon of ginger. Now you can use normal garlic and ginger, that's fine. I've just chosen to use this powdered one at the moment. And then add a little bit of coconut oil. Keep on stirring. So I took one cup of tomato and put it in there, instead of just mixing and stirring it and just letting it cook. And then now I am mixing the peanut butter with water, just gradually, little bits of water, but you have to make sure really the peanut butter is really mixed with the water, really, like you want to get that consistency. So now I'm just gonna dip the peanut butter into the veggies. Just sort of mix that around. Oh yeah, it looks so good. I know, I'm in love with peanut butter. Now I'm gonna put the stock into my meat, just gradually. And then I'll just let it simmer for a while. So I'm just gonna go and add a little bit more peanut butter because I feel like there isn't enough in there. You might be looking going, oh my god, that's a lot of peanut butter, but I love peanut butter. We love peanut butter in my family, that's why we put a lot in there, but you don't have to. You can just put enough for your veggies. You have to look at the veggies that you have and then measure it with the peanut butter. You can't really measure how much peanut butter you put there. You just have to look how much veggies I have and how much peanut butter I'm putting in there. Just mix it really thoroughly. Now the reason why I put the pan on the side is because I didn't want my veggies to burn. Now I'm just gonna let it simmer. I'm gonna let the veggies with the peanut butter just simmer for about 5 minutes, but you have to keep on checking it because it will burn pretty quickly if you don't. And I've put 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm just letting it simmer. I'm gonna let both of them just simmer for a while. Now you're gonna let the meat simmer to the consistency you want. I want really thick, so I'm gonna let it simmer for quite a while, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And see, the stew is done. Well, back home we call it what? Roasty or something like that? Yeah, but I guess just for everybody it's a stew. So not a lot of, it's a little bit thick, which is good. That's how it looks when it's done. So we're gonna have that with ugali. And that's the peanut butter veggie. Like, I know it looks drowned in peanut butter. That's how it's meant to look. Well, that's how we like it in my family. But yeah, and how I grew up eating it. That's how much peanut is supposed to be in there. So good. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and make the ugali. Sorry, my camera died, so you're not actually gonna see from beginning, but I'm gonna explain it to you. So the type of flour that we're using today is maize flour, and we're gonna be using 2 cups of warm water because I'm making for 2, but usually you look at how many people are in your house and that's how you measure how big you want your ugali to be. But for today I'm just making for 2, so 2 cups of water. So warm water because it cooks quicker. So with 2 cups of warm water, I think the flour you'll be using about half a cup. But as you're putting it, put it gradually into the pot while you're stirring, because if you stop at any moment stirring, it's gonna create big and little balls of the flour is not gonna mix itself in the water, and then it's just gonna taste terrible and look terrible. So you have to constantly be stirring. It's not so hard. Just constantly stirring until you see that it's started boiling. And this is why I like using warm water, because it boils quicker. So when it starts boiling, you just leave it there to boil for about 5-8 minutes. And yeah, just keep on stirring. Now I'm gonna let it boil. Porridge has already boiled into perfection. So I'm just gonna tip half of that porridge into that white bowl over there. Just when I start kneading the flour, if the ugali gets too hard, I can have a backup plan, which will be the porridge there, and when I put it back, it will make it soft again. So now I'm just gonna gradually add the flour while I stir. Please, it's very essential that you stir, because if you don't, it's gonna create little flour balls and it's just not gonna be nice at all. So with the flour, you just keep on adding it gradually until the consistency gets stiffer. Just keep on adding gradually. So now I'm gonna start the kneading process. Well, I don't know if I can call it kneading. I guess it is kneading, but in my language it's called like kusonga ugali. That's what we call it in my language. I don't really know how to put it in English per se, but I guess it's kneading. And yeah, I just remembered, Nigerians, I think you guys call this swallow. If there's any Nigerians, please comment below and tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I think you call this swallow. Just gonna add a little bit more flour there because it seems to be too soft. Now, there are people who like ugali really hard and some people like it very soft, but I like it just right in the middle. So hence why I also have the little porridge on the side, just because if it gets a little hard, I can put it. If it gets too soft, I can put the flour to just make it into that perfect consistency that I want, that you guys will get to see at the end. Nothing wrong if you like it hard, that's fine. So now I found my ugali to be a little bit too hard, so I'm adding the porridge and just mixing it. Just keep on kneading it, and now we're just gonna let it to cook for about 5 minutes or 3 minutes. Yeah. You might find it hard the first time you try, but as you keep on practicing, it becomes really easy to do it. This is food from Tanzania, from my home country. Food I grew up on. I love it. I love ugali. If it was my choice, I would have it every day, but it's like pure carbs, so no. No way. But it's really, really nice. I'm just gonna go and get the plate for the ugali. Trust me to be struggling with the camera. Like, I'm new, guys, so just bear with me. I'm new to all of this. Hopefully I'll get better. My plate is crooked. I mean, this is real life, y'all, okay? Plates don't look perfect sometimes. In my background, I have a bunch of pegs there. I mean, I'm a mess, but just concentrate on the food. The food is the key. Right now, the ugali is ready, and that's how you make ugali. That's how it's meant to look like, and the texture and everything. Result, there is ugali, there is the stew, and there is the veggies. I'm gonna try it. So what you do with the ugali is you do that, and then just roll it around your arm, and then you go and dip into the sauce. Excuse my hand over there. So after dipping into the sauce, you just and some of the veggies. Oh my god, excuse me. Just like freaking home. I mean, oh wow, just like home. It's making me miss home right now. Not that New Zealand isn't, but damn, just like how my mom used to make it. She still does make it, but yeah. But when we were back home, when I was little, yeah, just just like that. It tastes really nice. Don't be shy to try new foods, new recipes, and if you get it wrong, that's all right. You can try again, especially with the ugali. If you're starting, I would advise you to just start with a little portion, very little portion, and yeah, and then when you master it, that's when you can do big portions. Yeah, thank you for watching.